Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay today. And this time today, guys, a solo gameplay, and as you can see I went a bit crazy and bought the Moisty Merman Skin, the alien slash frog, and I really like this skin actually because I really like outrageous ones on this game, and I thought that this skin was definitely that. So I decided that I'm going to alien entities it up, and as you can see I bought the full set. I've got the pickaxe to go with it to boot as well, so hope you guys enjoy that gameplay. Also got some nice duos and squads wins in this skin now, playing with the boys Sun and Danza, so can't wait to bring that stuff out. Now tonight in this gameplay, or today, or depending on when you watch, in this gameplay today, guys, I was trying to complete challenges to advance my battle pass, so that's why I'm landing at Pleasant Park, because I was getting the Fortnite letters, was why I was coming here. And I actually do like these challenges, to be honest, because it gives you a bit of variety on places to go, and I love this glide, the spray paint, it just looks so awesome. But that's why I was going to Pleasant Park, and I'm actually pleased to say it really worked out for me, and I really enjoyed coming here in this game actually. And there's some really good strategical plays in this gameplay. I do some really nice things, and I like the way that I played this solo game. There's also some things that I think I can improve on for next time to be even more successful in a solo match, and I'm going to commentate through these as I go. But really nice to start off to get, I don't really know this area that well. I know where a few of the chests are in Pleasant, but I'm not really wholly versed with this place, so it was a bit of a learning curve for me. As you can see, I wasn't entirely certain where this one was. Really nice to get a blue AR and just get myself a shotty, but it sounds like we have company. Oh, hello. Why are you late gliding here? Do you not know this is the great alien entities getting his weapons? So the poor soul chose the wrong building for sure right there, and luckily I heard him as soon as he landed, so yeah, that was really nice. And going down into the basement, alien entities finds himself a rocket launcher. It's definitely going to come in handy for later, and one of my keys to victory. And a lot of the items, actually, funny enough, that I pick up in Pleasant are items that actually do win me the game. Two things in particular, this weapon and something else we're going to see in a little bit, that really do help me to win. So so right here, guys, just patrolling around the perimeter, and I will say that other people did come here. He wasn't the only one, so there will be other sort of threats to look at. And unfortunately, before that guy met his untimely demise, he did actually hit me for a pickaxe swing, so I lost 10 HP. Damn that guy! But yeah, just gotta be careful here. Just gotta really check the surroundings, and like I say, I don't really know the area that well, so for me it was a bit of a learning curve figuring out where everything is, and at this point getting some smalls. Just make a transition here because I start to record for 10 minutes, and literally just went upstairs in the house to have another look around. As you can see, I'm decided to rock the double pump in this gameplay. It's not as effective now, but I've actually really enjoyed using the pump shotguns recently. I've had some gameplays with myself. Well, in this one's I can't remember if I use it too much in this one, but I've hit some really nice shots playing my friends recently with the pump, so I've decided to start taking it a bit more because it's actually really effective if you can pull off a nice shot with it. So and like I say, it's kind of like get out of jail, as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, if you can get it right. So now, at this point here, guys, just checking the house, and there was nothing really in there, so I decided to move on. It's a bit of a shame, but that could be a clue that someone else came there, so at this point just still looking around. It would appear in this house that no one's come here because I can hear the chest in the roof here. From directional sound I knew it was there, but yeah, just get the chest here. And nice to find a shield pot. It's exactly what we wanted, and I can take a small with me, so quite a lot of good loot right there. And nice to get a blue AR, decent shotguns and a rocket. At the moment I really can't complain with that loot. It's very good overall, and I'm very happy to have that. And sorry, excuse me. As you can see, just still patrolling the house. I managed to find myself a launch pad, so that's going to be absolutely huge going forward in the game, because those things are just very advantageous. I think more so in solo, because you know, if you feel like you're going to get into trouble, you can just pop those in open field and get away. And nice to get a blue tactical as well. Because it is a blue tactical, I dropped one of my pumps because I absolutely love this weapon, and you know, I think it's wise to keep it because it is combat ready. And at this point I hear footsteps. This guy, you have no idea how much of a fright he gave me, because I heard the footsteps and immediately started getting shot, so I literally panic shot with my blue tactical there. But I knew the guy was coming, but I didn't realise how close he was, and it really nearly did give me a minor panic attack because he really frightened me, just sort of jumped out of nowhere, and alien entities had to deal with that. And right here he's just having a bath to, you know, shake off the sweat and toil that he had to, you know, go through there. But the guy outside, I think he had a med kit, and there's another shield pot, so I can get myself fully back to 200. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. And I thought he had a scar as well. That's why I was checking the purple heavy shotgun, but it was just a purple heavy. And you know, at this point here, just I don't know why I didn't activate my shield pot immediately. I think I was just wanting to check the house and see if it was sort of secure. And at this point here, just looking around still and looking at the other buildings and determined, yeah, that must have been the path that he took. He must have come round from the other side of the sector to you know, search those houses, and then we ended up intersecting paths. So as you can see, guys, just making my way towards the football pitch, and this is where I was telling you about. I was trying to get my challenges done in this night of games. So you can see that the letter T for Fortnite, so I'm nearly there. This is the 7th letter that I need. So, you know, I'm pretty happy to at least be getting close to that, and I did complete this challenge. And yeah, so there you go. That's nice to see Fortnite without the E in my gameplay as well. So nice to see that I can do, you know, win a Royale and complete challenges at the same time. It's pretty productive. But so at this point here, guys, just equipping my shield pot that I had from earlier. And, you know, feeling like I won Pleasant Park at this point. I don't think, you know, as far as I'm aware, I didn't think anyone else came here. And at this point here, there's another challenge for getting, you know, 7 ammo crates in one match. And that's what I was trying to achieve here. So that's why I was smashing out those those metal stairs to get that. So that was the sort of thinking behind that. And as I was getting more material, I get into a fight. So I'm like, okay, I've got no eyes on this guy because of the tree, which was a bit irritating. And I see him off in the distance, so I decide to keep building. But one thing I thought at this moment in the gameplay is I got shot and I can't see a trace of him. So I started to think he might be flanking. And, you know, but sometimes when you get shot like that, that's a sign of not a confident player, you know, shooting you and then running off. And this player, I actually watched him theatre back in the house where I got the rockets in the basement. They went down there and were looking up the stairwell thinking I might come in and just literally holding down the trigger. I think it was a relatively new player, but seemed aware of like how to play, you know, how to shoot at least, and thinking that I would go there. But I know that guy has not given up interest, so at this point that's why I'm really checking my back. And I know that as soon as I leave Pleasant, he's probably going to reveal himself. So as you can see, I can see him just in the top right corner of my screen here. And I'm at a perfect position because I just want to monitor him, whether he's actually seen that I went over the hill. And he thinks I have gone, and then I pop out and surprise him because I've not gone. I've assessed my target from range, and alien entities, frog entities, gobbled him up in one blow. But and he actually thought he was getting shot from behind him, so... Yeah, he wasn't very smart, that guy. You know, I think he was smart in the sense to know that he could never take on the great alien entities. But I really liked the way I played that tactically, because I knew that guy would follow me if I just, you know, sort of say that I lost interest. I think part of the reason he didn't want to come full ahead is because he saw how quickly I built a little fortress in reaction to him shooting me once for 30 damage. So... that was quite a funny kill. I like the way that I got that kill because I think it's important in Fortnite to sort of assess how good your opponent is, because that's going to decide the way you're going to play it. And in that case, though, the competition wasn't as strong as it should have been, and I realised that, you know, if I sort of made him think that I'd left, I knew that he would come out, and that's exactly what happened. So I was really happy that he did that, and as you can see, it really worked a treat because, like I said, he thinks that I left, but I never did, and I was monitoring the whole time that he was there. I was monitoring, so you know, it was really good play from me. And at this point here, guys, I have one Pleasant now. That's all of the people in Pleasant that landed there. They've died. So 3 kills, so I definitely won it. And just making my way towards the final few circles. Right here, it's a good opportunity for me to sort out my recording and set up the next 10 minutes, making my wager that I'm going to win. Just going to get some materials before I do that. But as you can see, going in here and I'm setting up my next recording. So a little transition there, and we're back on the road. So right on back on the road, the storm is coming in, so it's worth looking around and you know, making sure that you check the outer perimeters so you can't be flanked. The really important part of the game in Fortnite, actually, this sort of reconnaissance period, because in any playlist that you play really, but I think, yeah, particularly solos, because it is you know, and doubles as well, but it's really important here to make sure that there's no one behind you. Because, you know, those little pests running in from the storm lake can cause you problems. Not necessarily kill you, but like, even if they put a few shots and then you get involved in a hard fight, that can always be the undoing. So at this moment here, I'm on the thin part as well, so it's nice for me in that sense that I don't have to really worry about a storm coming fast upon me. I can just literally mine some material, you know, check around and just literally wait, you know, to get a nice foot in the next zone. So that's why I was looking at doing this gameplay. And at this point here, honestly, don't think I'm going to see anyone, but I'm still on the lookout for people that might be approaching, because you never know with Anarchy Acres. Actually, it's a massive area. For the final battle, it's one area that I kind of like, but there is a lot of places for people to hide in the farm. So at this moment here, as you can see, it's quite a large player count still, so, you know, at this stage in the game, so one does have to be careful, because there definitely could be people camping in the barn, and that's what I was thinking at the time of this gameplay. So whilst I was getting myself extra wood, because I felt that I'd been needing it, looking at the final circle there, one of the final circles, I realised I'd been needing my material. So at this moment here, just still looking around, you can see a lot of old ramps. They may have been at the start of the game, so I'm not entirely frightened, but at the same time I don't really want to test the theory. So that's really why I was kind of like, you know, kind of coming around here. Not sure why I destroyed that, there was nothing inside. So this moment here, I'm just getting some more wood, which is nice. It's good to have good material in Fortnite Battle Royale. It's always a must. So as you can see, whilst I'm cutting the tree, I just check around as well to my left and right, because that's a good opportunity for someone to snipe you in solo, and it's more effective in solo, because obviously without a partner in play, you won't just get knocked from a snipe. If it does enough damage, you will actually be taken out of the game. So you do have to be a little bit more cautious with sniper players. And you know, I had one sniper death the other day where the guy was just so good with it that, you know, there was no coming back. So really was taking care in this gameplay to avoid that at this moment in time. So looking to make peaceful transition into the zone here, guys. Just again taking care as I'm moving through Anarchy Acres to the final circle, and like I say, just being careful of any snipers on the horizon. And one thing that is on the horizon is some massive bases ahead, which I'm starting to come in view. And when you see, I notice I bring up the map here, I'm looking for things that are inside the final few circles, such as hills, any sort of vantage point for cover, anything like that. So that was where the letter E was, actually. It was on top of Anarchy as well, or top of Tilted, but I don't decide to get it this game. I decide to get it seeing as a final top 10 at the moment, so I think we'll hold on, but for the challenge. But right here, just taking care regardless, because you never know, there could be someone camping in the barn. I will tell you that there is no one camping around here, so even though someone died there with some weapons, you can see, and someone looted the barn, there is actually no one here. So so right here, guys, you can see a massive base that looks pretty big, and you know, I can't really see anyone immediately around me, so I decided to get some more material. And you can see another base to the sort of left of my screen there. It's pretty large, and at this point I'm not feeling too confident about how big those bases are. The one thing that is going for me though is I do have a launch pad, so at this moment here, this base is really just intended to get a footing into the zone and to sort of monitor those bases. Now, when you build bases in the final few circles, there's always a thing in Fortnite in terms of like going in too early forting up too early or forting up too late. I would say it's best to hold on to your materials as long as you can, but also as well to make a base, as if it's a lookout base, try not to invest so many materials. That's one thing that I did here, possibly making my base a bit too large, and it's hard for me as one person to monitor it. So in some sense maybe a tower is slightly better because you can edit it out easier, and you can always expand on the base once you get attacked. So I'm not sure I really like what I did with this base, and as you can see it is very large to monitor, and it is easy for people to jump in, you know, from the other side, and that might happen in a minute. But as you can see, I'm using this to really bide my time, decide how I'm going to push into the next zone, and you know, most of the fighting is going on the other side of the circle, but I know that I'm going to have to go towards one of the massive bases before I can do that. Like I said, someone jumped in on me, and it's a fellow alien comrade. So at this moment, SeReNiiTYzZ with his alien skills decides to edit and jumps out of his base. You know, possibly could edit his way back in through the bottom floor, but he decides to go it alone and build. And the alien comrade tries to get me, gets a few shots. I managed to get some pathetic damage on him that would have made him sort of, you know, panic for a minute, and SeReNiiTYzZ just gets his smalls on because he thinks he hasn't got much time, and he can hear the SMG fire. The alien thinks that I'm rubbish, jumps in with the SMG and gets completely obliterated, slightly underestimating his competition there after destroying my roof before he could carry on with the SMG fire. And yeah, didn't anticipate for SeReNiiTYzZ doing a nice little shotty to the head for 165 damage with the tactical. So see you, mate. So really good play to react to that. Nice building to get out of that situation. I think he did underestimate me a little bit of what I could pull off, and but yeah, possibly making that base too large. That's what made that attack possible. But I did really well to beat my fellow alien comrade there, and as you can see, I lived to fight another day. But yeah, nice play to get out of that. And this guy now as well that I just killed, the alien, he's now spectating me. And I will tell you that he spectates me to the very end of the game until the bit where I win the Royale. So if you've probably thought to himself, well, at least I died to the guy that won. So this moment here, guys, I honestly think, you know, the reason I was having my map out for the longest time is because I was worried about, you know, about getting shot from this guy in this massive brick tower, which is threatening. And decided to build myself the biggest castle going again. But I had second thoughts about this because I played a few games with my friends last night as well, and it was a subject matter that came up because I was building similarly sized bases there, and in one situation it really didn't work out, and you know, I'm thinking now in terms of how I'm going to play with this strategy, not to build castles anymore, and you know, make more strategic towers and then expand if necessary, or you know, build to reactive situations. I think is better, but regardless, we've got 4 SeReNiiTYzZ in this one, so let's enjoy it. The only bad thing about this is obviously, you know, I've got my launch pad which I've put in play, which is going to be useful. The only thing about this is it's a massive base. It's very hard to monitor, and I'm now against one guy, so you know, it's very you know, difficult to know where this guy is. I thought for the moment he was in this tower, but the problem with this as well is that my fortress is not going to be in that next zone, so I've used a good chunk of my materials, you know, sort of preparing for this fight, and you know, like I say, good luck trying to monitor the very back of the fort. You know, if someone came round there, they would be on the surprise and would have a good chance to kill me. So at this moment I still thought this guy was in this tower because I've not seen anyone come out of it, and I can see some loot around it, so I thought honestly that might be where he is, but I couldn't understand why there was no reaction from the tower as I fired any rockets at it, so I thought maybe he isn't there. So I look where the zone is going at this point and see this really large tree, and I think to myself, I've not seen anyone, so maybe they know where I am. Well, obviously they do because of how big my base is. I start to think, you know, that tree, they could actually just be hiding behind that and looking to get in the zone early. So I think about that for a minute, and I start to get my rockets out, and I just start to fire upon it and see if anything happens. So the first time nothing happens, fire it again, it's going to destroy the tree. And there you go, that's where he was hiding. Now he starts to build. So this is the guy that I'm up against. It's a Trilogy Mystique was the player's name. I think he was a French player, and this guy also had 8 kills that I'm going up against here, so he's a worthy adversary. I hit some nice AR shots to him, and really don't let the pressure off the rockets. I've got like 40 odds, so I will tell you that I really put him under pressure with these and keep firing them upon him. And at this point here, just really keeping him under pressure. Some really good plays from him here. I thought honestly when he hit those shots he was going to potentially steal this game off me. I was a little bit heavy-handed with the rockets. Now at the moment before he shot me, that's when I should have launch padded, because the zone, I knew the zone was coming in and I really had him on the ropes there, but now he has me on the ropes, so regardless I have to launch out my base because it's going to no longer be in. At this point I do have to build rather quickly, and at this moment I am starting to panic because obviously I'm low health now and there's nothing I can do to get my health back up. So I have to rely on the smalls that I've got here and rely on my rockets that I will be able to hit him, so that's why I keep trying. And luckily for me, he didn't hit my launch pad as I glided over, so he didn't realise I was going to be flanking. I think he still thought I was somewhere in the storm for a brief moment, so he was a bit confused, and I managed to get to this side without him knowing immediately, and at this moment start to apply the pressure. The staircase below me is not really that heavy fortified, but I try to keep the pressure on here with rockets so he doesn't have time to shoot it. And as you can see, he's still rebuilding. He's quite a good player, countering my rockets by doing that. So obviously I decide to crank the pressure by getting higher. I have got the rockets to waste, so I keep doing it because honestly it's just putting him under pressure. You can now see he's starting to wall ramp against me, so it's more of a threat, so I keep applying the rockets, just keep applying them, but I will have to hit one that's underneath because I can't take much more of this. Really keeping him under pressure, still firing the rocket. I hit a critical one there and eliminate him with a great fall, so there you go. It works out in the end. It was a little bit on the ropes for Alien Entities there, but I did come out with the Royale and in a very exciting fashion. But a few improvements could have been made in that final fight. Obviously, when I had him on the ropes before he hit those AR shots, I should have gone then. And also as well with my rockets towards the end, eventually I find the right piece to knock out. But sometimes better to knock out those earlier pieces that are not well fortified to cause a great fall. Rather than have your opponent continuously build against you. But a good game to Trilogy Mystique. He made it interesting at the end. Like I said, he did have 8 kills, and he would have had 9 if he got the better of me. If he'd won this Royale. So he was a worthy bit of competition. Nice game for me to get 5. Landed in a different area today as well, so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And this was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys, with another solo gameplay. Looking forward to bringing out more stuff next time. This was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys. See you next time. Bye, guys.